Hello, and in this video we are going to be talking about cameras and we're going to be talking about microphones. We're going to be asking the question, how do different capture devices compare with each other? We're going to be reviewing a video microphone, which is called the Rode Videomic, and we're also going to be comparing the Osmo Mobile 6, and we're also going to be comparing quite an old camera. This is the Sony NEX 7. So let's go out into the field and see how the performance compares. Okay, let's get in the car and we want to talk about all things to do with cameras. And the first thing we want to talk about is this thing. This is a magnetic phone mount for my iPhone. Well, this is what my iPhone sounds like when I do not have this device attached to it. This is a lightning connector Rode Videomic, which is a shotgun mic. Now, most people are familiar with this device when it comes to my previous YouTube videos. I can use my radio mic here in order to get some very good video quality and some good audio quality as well. What we're going to do is we're going to just put this microphone on and you can tell me what difference it sounds like. So this is with the video mic attached via the lightning connector onto my iPhone. What do you think? Do you think this sounds better than the microphones with the iPhone? I think it does with the previous videos which I have reviewed. It's a lot less echoey. It's a lot more focused on me rather than the other sound in my car. Now here I am above my village and there is a light to moderate wind. I haven't got the microphone attached. No doubt you are noticing quite a lot of wind. What I'm going to do is just walk a little bit further away and hopefully you'll be able to see some further effects of the microphone limitations. So this is about 6 meters away from the iPhone. Chances are you can't hear me at all. Let's try that with a microphone now. Okay, so now we have got the video microphone, the Rode video microphone attached. Hopefully all the wind noise has gone away. And what I'm going to do is just walk back to that distance again and we're just going to see how it compares one more time. Now my guess is that my voice should be clearer from this kind of distance. And we'll see how that pans out in the video editing. Now my guess is that my voice should be clearer from this kind of distance. And we'll see how that pans out in the video editing. The thing I also just want to bring to your attention is just how good the iPhone camera system actually is. This is the reverse camera system and it's better on the other side. If we have a look at the dynamic range here, it's pretty good. It's quite a contrasty scene in the early evening time and it's a lovely view over Benahee as well. We're going to compare that with my regular camera and we'll just talk about that in a bit more detail. Now, most of the filming which I do on YouTube is with the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Now, for 3 years beforehand, I used the Osmo Pocket 2. It's an excellent camera. You can see here, you just switch it on and then you hit record and then you've got a very stable camera. And you're probably wondering to yourself, well, how is this camera, how is this iPhone tracking my face? We'll talk about that in a moment. But this here, including the remote microphone, I'll just switch that on. That cost me about £619. Also includes this little protective cover here and it included a little mini tripod, which to be honest isn't all that good. But what I'm going to do is we'll put this on the tripod now and we'll just do this distance test one more time with the video mic and without. So here we are with the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 and we have the remote microphone switched on. We're just going to go this distance, and one of the things which is a major advantage with the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 is the remote microphone. I can go quite some distance away and my voice is loud and clear. And not only is my voice loud and clear, but even in a wind, I've had this in a gale force wind, and it cuts out the noise beautifully. Likewise, if I switch the microphone off, chances are you're going to have a hard time trying to hear my voice now. It's quite a distance, and chances are you're going to have the same wind pickup noise as the iPhone was suffering from as well. But the beauty of the Osmo Pocket 3, and the reason why I go to this camera all the time, is because it's such a handy camera, and the depth of field and the larger sensor size means it's got much better dynamic range now than the Osmo Pocket 2. I got the DJI Osmo Mobile 6 before the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 was even announced that it was going to be released. This is quite a handy device. If we get my phone out, the one thing I will say about this device, I'll switch my microphone on. And now that's my microphone attached. The one thing I will say about this device is that it is awkward. But it's now set up. I can double press this, goes into landscape mode. I can hold and operate my camera with just one hand. I press the button one more time, and now it points the other way, and I can do recording with this straight into here. And the thing is, you can zoom in using this wheel right there, so you can zoom in and out. One of the things which I want to just point out in terms of the limitations of the Osmo Pocket 3 is the zoom performance. Let's go on to the summit of Bennehy, summit of Mithertap here, and we'll just zoom all the way in. And yes, it's a bit of a struggle, but now you can see we've got Mithertap in here, and we can track it. So now it's a nice steady shot, but you can see even at an 8x zoom distance, it's quite a struggle to get a good resolving power. But you've got some reasonable control. I will say the zoom wheel is quite touchy. I'd like it to be a smoother, slower zoom wheel, but you can zoom out all the way to quite a wide angle lens, and you can't do that with the Osmo Pocket 3. That's got a 4x digital lens. This has got a dual lens straight out of the iPhone, and it goes all the way from 0.5 magnification to 8 magnification, and that's really very good indeed. But as you can see with this, if you attach the mobile on this end, all of a sudden it starts to clip. So what we're going to do is just simply do a little demonstration with the mobile, with the microphone attached. And the other thing is that you have to remove any iPhone cover case before you attach the microphone. Now it's quite awkward to attach. It tries to fight you, the gimbal. But now we've got that. You have to adjust the position of the mic as well because it's now unbalanced in terms of the motors. But yes, you can do it. Oh dear, it's going a bit wonky. Okay, now this is good. So we can have a microphone here plugged in to the iPhone, and you have to hold it at a jaunty angle to avoid it fouling the elbows and arms of your item. So this is a very good solution for people who just have an iPhone. And this cost 130 quid at the end of 2023. I have seen deals on for about 127 quid. The Ruder microphone, the Videomic, that's with the lightning connector, that cost, what did it cost? 45 quid, and you just plug it in. And now the reviews of it are quite mixed, and most of the complaints relate to two things. Number one, the fact that you have to take your protective case off the microphone, and number two, the connection into the iPhone can be a little bit fragile. But for me, it's okay, but I haven't used this setup all that often. And again, convenience really matters in terms of what the Osmo Pocket 3 can give me. Let's swap this around. I want to just show you what the limitations look like in terms of the zoom features for the Osmo Pocket 3. So now I'm holding the Osmo Pocket 3 in my hand. Let's just zoom in. You can probably see the limitation in terms of zoom is quite limited. I'll try and autofocus it as well, because sometimes that helps. I have noticed on some of my videos that when you zoom in, things tend to go out of focus. So you have to be quite mindful about this. The other thing is that it is a much smaller screen compared to using an iPhone. Now we do have another camera. This is the Sony NEX 7. I've had this camera for 12 years. Fantastic still camera. And to be quite frank, it's hard to beat even 12 years on. The question though is, can you use this as a video camera? Let's go and have a look, and we'll just do a very quick search. We'll just have a look up here, and we'll just switch the VideoMic on, and we'll just have a look at the zoom functionality. As you can see, we can zoom in all the way to Benahi Summit, and we can probably pick up a lot of detail. But what we can't do is we still got a lot of wind noise. Chances are the onboard microphone is picking all of that up. So what else do we have? Bear in mind, I've got the Ruder video mic attached to my iPhone, but through the magic of buying two of them, we've got one with a 3.5mm jack. Now, I bought the lightning port one first. I didn't notice the lightning port video mic has also got a 3.5mm jack, but this one is quite handy to have. And what we're going to do is attach it to this camera. Now, you might think to yourself, this shoe mic here, this shoe adapter could fit here, but unfortunately it doesn't. So we're going to need to do some adaptations to make this happen. Okay, so what we have here is an L bracket. You hold it like this, your camera goes there, and your mic can go there or there. So let's get this sorted out. Now, one thing I want to just talk about are the cables for attaching the 3.5mm microphone to your various devices. This is what we have coming with the microphone. It's a TRS to TRS adapter. Tip ring sleeve is what it stands for. This is what we will use for the actual camera down there. But you can also attach it to an iPhone. You can use a TRS to TRRS adapter. What is TRRS? Well, if we take this off, you can see that there are two rings. Tip ring sleeve is what it stands for, and on the left we've got tip ring sleeve. So the tip ring sleeve, we plug into lightning to a 3.5mm adapter, and then we plug that into the iPhone. But we've also got this one, which is tip ring sleeve to USB-C. We're going to use this later on the Osmo Pocket 3. So this is what an L bracket with the video mic attached to the 3.5mm jack looks like. Let's give it a try, see how it fares. Now, you'll probably find that the microphone was terrible on this one, and that was certainly my experience. There was a very high level of gain that came from the microphone. It was picking up all sorts of background noise in an oversaturated fashion. The trouble with the Sony NEX 7 is that it is primarily a still camera. Microphone gain adjustments or even auto gain adjustment is not an option which is available on the NEX 7. Newer versions of the Sony cameras are much better in terms of video performance than this one, but this one still holds up in terms of still photos. What we'll do, we'll just take a nice photo of Benahi. This is a 24 megapixel camera. We can crop right in. I have been able to see individual people on the top of Benahi from this kind of distance. So we've seen how this microphone performs with this. The question is going to be, how does this perform with an Osmo Pocket 3? Let's reconfigure the situation and let's find out. Now, you'll see I've got this. I had bought this as a response to a situation in Norway where I was unable to film because I had both hands occupied hauling luggage around. So I got this, and one of the handy things about this is that you've got this little shoe adapter and it fits this microphone perfectly. And you might be wondering to yourself, why do I want to have a video mic like this attached to my Osmo Pocket 3 when I've got a perfectly good radio mic like this? And the answer really is that this is going to be much better at picking up ambient sounds. And ambient sounds do matter in my videos as much as me talking. Much that I like talking, I do think it is good to pick up ambient sound as well. So that is now set up. This is switched off, and hopefully we can see, yeah, you still got a little green line here which tells me that the microphone is plugged in. So one of the things about the Osmo Pocket 3 is that you can adjust the gain. So now it's recording. This is with a gain of 23. I started off with a gain of 6 in my experiments indoors. Gain of 23, absolutely fine. Outdoors, I found in the garden it was a little bit high. So let's just do a little walk, see how it works. So a fair bit of wind here. And hopefully you can hear the ambient noises a bit better. I'm going to adjust the gain down to 15 now. So we just reduce it down to 15. Just do it to 15. Okay. And we'll just have a little walk around, see how it fares. So straight into the wind. Hopefully my noise. Hopefully me talking doesn't overpower the microphone. That's another thing. Okay, so that's with 15. We'll just reduce it to 6 now. Okay, that's 6. Hit record. The thing about reducing the gain is that if you reduce the gain, you can bring it back up again in editing software later on. But when it comes to over production of gain, not so good. Anyway, that is a brief introduction to the different cameras which I have at my disposal. I definitely recommend this one. It's the easiest one to deal with. The remote microphone is very reliable so long as the batteries don't run out, and it's easy to put together. But if you've already got an iPhone, and many people do, or an Android for that matter, having the DJI Osmo Mobile 6 is a good way of stepping up without spending all that much money. And the Ruder VideoMic plus a cable for your iPhone, that will cost you about 200 quid in total. And that's not a bad entry point in which to step up your YouTubing efforts. So one of the things that I just want to talk about is the Osmo Mobile 6 MIMO app. If we just plug in my microphone, there we are. So this is the microphone pointing towards me. Let's go on to the MIMO app. I'm not going to be recording this because it interferes with the video screenshot recording software. But one of the things you will have is a indication on the top which shows you your microphone levels. Unfortunately, on the MIMO app, you cannot adjust the microphone gain. You can adjust all sorts of other things in relation to the shutter speed, exposure, and so on, but not the microphone gain. Bit unfortunate. You can do that as you've seen on the Osmo Pocket 3. Hopefully they can fix that with an update to the app. So one of the other major advantages with the Osmo Pocket 3 is that it is an excellent web camera. And as you can see on my screen, we are streaming live to my computer. This is a camera which I have used a lot in Microsoft Teams meetings when I'm traveling, for example. It's far better than the Logitech camera that we have up there. So the versatility of this camera is absolutely superb. I haven't really used it too much as a dash cam. It's just been in my car coincidentally as a YouTube camera, but no doubt some people will find some use out of it using it as a dash cam. For £600, it is excellent value for money, and I am all told very pleased with the quality. This camera here, very good for Zoom, but as you saw, audio is absolutely terrible. So you should always have another video camera recording just to capture the audio properly. But as far as this microphone is concerned, it's a very worthy upgrade to your iPhone. But it is more awkward than just simply using this microphone here, which I'm also using for the web camera as well. So I'd like to thank you all for watching. It's quite a different video than my previous ones. Next video, I would be talking about things such as the price of electricity. I might just be getting a 600-mile challenge in coming up as well. That is up for discussion. I want to see how the supercharger network down the country has fared in the 8 months since I last drove down south. So in the meantime, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I'll talk to you again very soon.